What's happening, guys? I want to tell you today's video a little bit about what I used to do that worked really well for me when I was getting into the best shape of my life, why that doesn't work anymore, and what I figured out that's going to work now. So, back when I was in the best shape of my life about 6 years ago, I was lifting 5 days a week. I was using a couple of different strength training methods. The big one was density training, and I love density training. I've also done a lot of powerlifting based training on 4 days a week. That's actually what I prefer to use for a lot of my clients that I've coached over the years. So you've got a squat day, a bench day, an overhead press day, and a deadlift day, and we build our training around that. But that's a lot of commitment. So going back to what I was doing density training 5 days a week. If you don't know what that is, I can explain it later. And then on top of that, like I said, this was the best shape of my life. I was doing cardio every other day. And most of that cardio consisted of interval running. Sometimes I'd switch it up, do a bike, do a rower, do jump roping, other cardio methods, but a lot of running. I was in incredible shape. I was totally shredded. I'm 5'8". I got myself down to a really ripped aesthetic, about 160 pounds. I can't do that anymore. You probably can't do that anymore. And I was so in the mindset of this is what you have to do to get in incredible shape. Every time after I got married that I wanted to get in great shape again, I would try to ramp up my workouts. I would try to do hour, which a lot of the time bled into hour and a half because I really love lifting. I would try to do it 4 days a week, and I would find myself constantly missing workouts. I would lose that consistency. I would lose that momentum, which meant I didn't feel like working out as much. I felt a lot of guilt because every time I said, man, Audrey, I want to go get my workout in, she would get bummed out because I just got home from work. My kids have been crazy all day. She's working on dinner, and she doesn't want me out there for another hour and a half. And so really what that led to was a total lack of results. I got fat and I got weak, and I know that you can relate to that. If you're like me, if you're a dad who's got a busy work life, who's got a lot of demands around the house, I mean, you can see I'm pretty handy myself, so I've always got a project that I can do. You don't have time to work out the way I used to work out and the way I used to train people to work out. You've got to find a way, like I did, to get in more work. Well, no, it's not more work, let's be honest here. To get in less work that's more effective in less time. About a year ago, I started to really figure out what works well with high efficiency. And some of it's stuff that I already knew that I just had to tweak a little bit and make some concessions for to get 80% of my gains in 20% of my time. And some of it's totally different workout methodologies that I've learned. So I want to tell you today a little bit about the foundation of what I'm doing now. And hopefully this can help you out. I'm going to be going into a lot more detail over time. So right now, if you're like me, if you don't have time, but you want to still be in great shape, you want to lose a little bit of that dad bod, that dad keg sitting around your waist, you want to build your strength back up to where it was or even beyond where it was back when you were in high school and college, go ahead and subscribe right now. I'm going to be posting a lot more of these tutorial videos. I'm going to get into a lot more detail, teach you how to train yourself, how to coach yourself. So to it, what's the foundation of this new system? Well, it's something I've been doing for years, or at least a variation of it. When I'm thinking about strength work, and I'm sure you've heard of this before, 5x5 method is probably king. It's really simple. It's really easy to get rolling with. You can make a lot of progress with a very long runway. Now, just for the sake of time, I pulled that back a little bit. I've been doing a lot of 3x5s lately. So 3 sets, 5 reps per exercise. And then usually on my third set, I'm just going to go as hard as I can and try to get as many reps as I can. So You'll hear this sometimes called a 3x5 plus. So if I'm doing bench press, for instance, I'm going to pick a weight that's pretty heavy, but I could probably get 8 or 9 reps for, and that's going to be my first set of 5. My second set, I'm going to up the weight a little bit. Third set, up the weight a little bit more. And that third set, really, I'm trying to hit a weight where I can hit somewhere between 5 and 7 reps. That's my goal. Ideally, it'd be 5. And then over time, week after week, you keep pushing that, you keep getting more. Once you're able to hit 7, 8, 9 reps with that weight, well, you got to move up the weight. So it's taxing, but not so much on the recovery. It's pretty easy to recover from, actually, because I'm also only doing this twice a week. So the first day of the week, I'm doing a squat pattern, I'm doing a bench pattern, and I'm doing a row pattern. And at some point, I'll tell you some of my favorite variations on those. Like I said, subscribe to keep up on that. The other day of the week, I'm doing my deadlift, I'm doing my overhead press, and I'm doing my pull-up. Now, if it turns out that I've got a week where I've got a lot of extra time and I can get in 4 workouts that week, great. I'll just repeat day 1 and 2 again. Or if it's only 3, then I can go day 1, day 2, day 3, day 1, day 2, day 1, week 1, and then 2, 1, 2 the next week. So you just alternate back and forth. And tell you what, if you have a hellish week, you can still make a little bit of progress doing this only 1 day a week. I would recommend 2, but you can get by with just 1 day a week if that's all that you can do. Because you know what? Is 1 day a week enough? No. Is 1 day a week better than what you're doing right now? Yes. And this is a mindset shift that you need to get into. It's not about having the perfect program. It's not about having the optimal program, the best program. It's about having the overpowered program. For the time that you put in, can you get more results than you should? And you can if you push it hard. Now, one of these workouts takes me about 15 minutes if I'm pushing the pace. And that's an important part of it too, because I don't have time for cardio. So I need to get all of my cardio in through my strength training. And that means taking minimum rest, almost no rest, just enough to change my weights. And does that mean I'm not going to be as strong as I was? Well, in training, I'm going to be more tired. So yeah, that is what it means. But it doesn't matter. Because you're not trying to impress the guy next to you. You're trying to make progress. And over time, your body will get used to that and your strength will build back up. And even if it didn't, you're going to get better at being as strong as you can be in a tired state. And I'm tired. Tell you what, I got 3 little girls running around. I work construction. I'm tired. And so I'm going to get better at performing when tired, which, if you ask me, that's a win. So is this my optimal strength workout? Well, yeah, it's optimal for me because I can stick to it. And that's another mindset shift. It's not about what's optimal on paper, it's what's optimal in behavior. This is a behavior change. You start small, you build a habit, and when you've got the time and the energy, you can do more. You can always do more. But what is the minimum effective dose? Better yet, what's the minimum overpowered dose? A little bit of strength work. And why do we start with strength work? 1, it's fairly easy on recovery, especially at first, because I'm going to recommend that you start off below what you think you can do. And you take an on-ramp. What do I mean by that? Like I said before, you want that last set to be something that you can get 5 to 7 reps with. The first week, shoot for a weight, try to guess. What weight can you hit 10 reps with? And you're probably out of shape, so you're probably going to pick a weight that you can guess is 10 reps. You're going to say, I can definitely get 10 reps with 185 on bench. And you're going to get 3. Because you're out of shape, and you don't know how to guess this anymore. So it's a little bit of a safety net. But also, if you do guess correctly, and you're hitting 3 sets of 10 reps, then every week you just increase the weight until you're down to about 5 reps. you're giving yourself an on-ramp. And that's part of the beauty of that 3x5 plus, is that last set, you're going as many reps as you can. And when you go as many reps as you can, you guarantee that you're getting a hard set in, even if your weight was light. Because if you went way too light, you're going to get 25 reps, and those are going to be some damn hard reps right at the end. So this is what I'm going to recommend. You start with just the basic 3 lifts, a back squat, a row, a bent over row, and that could be dumbbell or barbell, and a bench press. Just a flat bench is fine. And again, dumbbell, barbell doesn't matter. If you don't have barbells for your back squat, go ahead and just do a dumbbell front squat. Or, pick up a book bag full of some weight. Throw a bunch of rocks in it. I don't care. But start something. And then your second day, your basic 3 lifts, you're going to start with your deadlift, barbell deadlift. Then you're going to go to a barbell dumbbell overhead press, and you're going to do a pull-up. If you can't do a pull-up yet, then you can do some sort of lat pull down, or you can do another row variation. Rows are going to help a lot to build up the base strength to be able to move on to pull-ups. Another one I really like is just pull-up negatives. I'm getting into the weeds a little bit, but I'll go over best exercises another day. So just do that 2 days a week. And that's all you're trying to do to get started again. You can commit to 2 days a week, call it a 30-minute workout. Push that down. Your wife is going to be happy. You get that down to 20 minutes. You get down to that 15 minutes. She's going to thank you for that. This is going to build your strength back up real quickly, which is important because strength training is the foundation of progressive overload. And progressive overload is the driver of growth. Both growth in strength, growth in muscle mass, growth in fat loss. Strength is the foundation of all of that. It's a low time commitment. And like I said, it really isn't that taxing on your recovery. So if you've got a hard manual labor job like me, your body is going to be able to handle this. You're going to be able to recover from this. And once you get used to it and you know that you can handle it and you feel like you can do more, we can talk some more about adding some more stuff into it. But until you've got this down, until you're getting into the gym 2 days a week, whether that's a home gym or an external gym, you don't deserve a better program, a more complete program. You need to prove to yourself that you can do this. Can you do this 2 days a week, a half hour, 30 minutes for 60 total? Prove to yourself you can do this. And then we'll talk about diet. Then we'll talk about specific muscle building work. Then we'll talk about building up your weak points, building up your cardio. Now, if you want to get on the fast track for this, maybe you're already in there a couple of days a week and you're just getting by. I have done coaching since I was in college. Learned a lot from Zach Evanesh when I was coaching wrestling. I got his certification. I've been coaching guys for years. Now that I'm a father, I've got a few of my buddies that I'm starting to teach the same things that I've been learning. So if you need a little bit of help, if you need a little bit of one-on-one accountability, there's going to be a link below that you can check out. Book a call with me. We'll talk. We'll see if we're a good fit for each other. And maybe I can give you a little bit more personal attention. Until next time, I think we'll talk about some of my diet rules that I figured out. We'll see you then. Remember to subscribe to get that video.